The movie opens in 1990, set in a retro-futuristic version of the 1990s USA. It is a world where robots serve humans. A young girl named Michelle watches proudly as her little brother takes on a complex mathematical problem that can only be solved by the best minds. The professor is astonished when Michelle's little brother, Christopher, says he is done. He completes the test way faster than Einstein, who took 3 days to complete it. As they leave the building, Christopher bumps into a man in a military uniform.
Watch where you're going, son. You must think you're real funny. A robot on your shirt?
It's a cartoon. Is that a crime now, too?
Join humanity, son. War is coming.
Sorry.
At the moment, tensions between humans and robots are rising, and it seems a war is imminent. After the altercation, Michelle tells her little brother how excited she is to see him going to college. Christopher says he only took the test to see how he would perform, and he isn't ready for college. Michelle senses his hesitation and offers him reassurance and encouragement. She promises to always be there for him every step of the way. Michelle lightens his mood by making a signature gesture from their favorite cartoon, Kid Cosmo.
Always remember, Kid Cosmo's your pal.
Do that here.
On TV, there is news that Kid Cosmo has been canceled due to anti-robotic sentiment that has been brewing across the country. On another show, a man named Ethan Skate, the CEO of Centra, is being interviewed about his detest for robots. A documentary shows how the robots were first developed in 1955 by Walt Disney as a form of PR for his theme park. Then, with advanced technology, they were developed and mass-produced as machines that work around the clock to do jobs humans won't do. Then one day, they decided they'd had enough and decided to rebel against the humans. Led by a robot named Mr. Peanut, they demanded autonomy and equal rights as humans. This led to a brutal war with humans. President Bill Clinton declares the robots the enemy of the state and orders that anyone who harbors them will be charged with treason. For 2 years, the war lingered without resolution.
They don't eat, they don't sleep, they don't blink. I blink.
Until Ethan Skate intervened. He invented a device called the Neurocaster, a device that links the human mind to mechanized drone bodies. With this device, humans were able to match the robot's strength, and in no time, they were all defeated. Mr. Peanut has no choice but to sign the Treaty of Surrender with the President and Ethan Skate. The defeated robots were all banished to Centra's exclusion zone, a desert facility spanning over 100,000 square kilometers. The Neurocaster was upgraded, and now allows humans to control a mechanized drone while simultaneously living in virtual reality.
The technology that won the war is now changing the way we live our lives. The Neurocaster network allows your mind to be in 2 places at once, work and play at the same time. So become a part of the Center Network, now available in every corner of the world.
We are now in 1994, a few years after the war, and Michelle is in a foster home. She tries to take off her ankle monitor, but she is being monitored by Ted, her foster dad, through a Neurocaster. Ted wants her to enroll in an after-school activity so he can get extra payment from child services.
It's so important to Ted. Why doesn't Ted tell me himself?
Because my frontal cortex is in Vegas with Cindy Crawford. I'm not missing that for you.
Frustrated, Michelle refuses and leaves for school.
Ah! That's a 57 Les Paul. Do you know how hard that was to find?
You didn't find it. All this shit's looted from the exclusion zone. You're stealing. It's black market.
At school, the students are mandated to wear their Neurocasters for classes. Michelle refuses, claiming she prefers to live in reality. Because of this, she is summoned to the principal's office. While there, the principal vows to report her to her parents. But after checking her record, she is surprised to learn that her parents and brother are deceased.
A lot of kids here lost family in the war.
Michelle reveals they didn't die from the war, but they died in a car accident caused by a deer. The principal suggests that she use the Neurocaster as a means of therapy to get over her pain. The mention of her brother brings back memories of one of their moments together. Michelle declines the principal's offer and leaves. Later that night, Michelle dreams of the moment her father hit a deer, an accident that took her family from her. She finds herself in the hospital, being attended to by a bespectacled doctor. Moments later, she wakes up to the sound of a crash outside her room. She goes out to check what it was. She's shocked to find a cartoonish-looking robot named Cosmo. She panics, tries to wake Ted, but he is out cold. She hides under her bed as Cosmo approaches. Cosmo finds her and shows no aggression. He gestures to her to fix his speech module, which he does, but Cosmo can only speak in cartoon lines.
Jesse?
He picks up a photograph of Michelle and her brother and points at Christopher. He gestures that he is Christopher. Michelle refuses to believe him.
No.
So she drags the photograph out of Cosmo's hand and sends him crashing. crashing. Ted hears the commotion and enters the room. On seeing the bot, he accuses Michelle of breaking the law. Angrily, he pushes Michelle to the floor. But Cosmo catches her. He does the signature gesture from their favorite cartoon to gain her trust. He then proceeds to defend Michelle. Ted picks up a golf club to defend himself, but he gets his ass handed to him. Out of frustration, Ted picks up the phone and calls 911. Before he can explain what was going on, Michelle picks up a taser and zaps him. Cosmo and Michelle make their way towards Ted's car. Cosmo helps her damage the ankle monitor. Ted chases after them in his Neurocaster drone, but they run him over and flee the scene. The following morning, Cosmo led them to an abandoned robot graveyard, where they discovered they had a flat tire with no spare. Michelle begins pressing Cosmo for answers. Cosmo reveals that the real Christopher is alive, but he is in trouble, and they need to find him. When Michelle asks where to find him, he points at Sentry, the neurotech company owned by Ethan Skate. He reveals that to get Christopher's exact location, they need to find the bespectacled doctor from the hospital.
Doctor with glasses.
The mention of the doctor triggers memories from her accident.
I'm afraid I have bad news. Your brother Christopher, he passed this morning.
She brings out a map, asks Cosmo where they can find the doctor, and he points to the exclusion zone.
That's the middle of the exclusion zone.
The only problem is that the exclusion zone is designed so that robots can't get out, so getting in for them is almost impossible. Michelle searches Ted's car trunk and discovers packages from a smuggler supplying Ted with goods from the exclusion zone.
This stuff is from the exclusion zone, which means whoever owns this P.O. box knows how to get in and out.
With no other option, they decide to track down the smuggler. They head towards New Mexico, the smuggler's location, navigating through towns and deserts, ready to unravel the fate of her brother. On getting to New Mexico, Cosmo couldn't help but pity a homeless man absorbed in the Neurocaster.
Chris, what are you doing?
There's only one chance. We got to combine our Cosmo module. Jesse, the Earth is in danger.
There's not much we can do.
They hide near the parcel locker the smuggler uses to send his goods. At the same time, a robot hunter, Marshall Bradbury, who has been tasked with tracking Michelle and the robot, finds Ted's abandoned car through his mechanized drone. He sees the address on the smuggled parcels and realizes where to find Michelle. Back in New Mexico, the smuggler's cargo truck arrives. They watch from a distance as a smuggler named Keat collects money from his parcel locker, then conducts an illegal gun deal with a customer. He hands over a relic revolver to the customer's mechanized drone and questions why he didn't show up in person.
Is it loaded?
Yeah, original shells and everything. I throw them in for free.
Well, then I'll pay zip.
If you were here in person, I know that you wouldn't have the stones to point that at me.
Oh, yeah, I would. And don't talk about my stones, okay?
Frankly, I'm shocked by your behavior.
What's wrong with you? You're a little fragile for a guy fencing stolen goods in a parking lot.
I'm not fragile, I'm shocked. I said I'm shocked.
It turns out Keat isn't working alone. A robot partner helps him with his illegal dealings.
Took your freaking time, didn't you?
Cool your jets, I was in power save mode. I can't believe that shit worked. This guy's an idiot.
While they are hiding the customer's drone body, Michelle and Cosmo sneak into the back of the truck. The following day, Keat and Herm arrive at their hideout, which is built against the wall of the exclusion zone, unaware that they have Michelle and Cosmo in the back of their truck. After storing their stolen goods inside, Keat tries to grab some snacks, but finds out that his fridge hasn't been working. He gets really agitated when he discovers that his food is all spoiled.
The freaking fridge died!
Because Herm unplugged his fridge so he can use the extension cord to charge himself.
Look at me. Herm, look at me.
I am looking at you.
Did you unplug this and take my extension cord to your charging station?
No.
You're blinking. I could see that you're blinking, so I know that you're lying. Okay. Be honest with me, and I won't get mad. Now, what I need is for you to admit it. Just tell me that you took it, and I won't get mad.
I took the cord.
God, fuck America!
I got no food!
What do you mean you got no food, man? I just carried a crate of food in. Go
No,
eat that.
those are antiques. I can't.
What are you talking about? They're Zagnuts. Everybody likes Zagnuts.
I'm not eating the freaking Masters of the Universe tie-in Zagnuts in the original packaging, okay? It's money!
You're gonna watch me starve to death. My ribs are popping out of my shirt already.
The partners quarrel because of this, but their argument is interrupted when they hear a noise from within the warehouse. They swiftly get into position and catch the two stowaways hiding in the warehouse.
You're a kid.
You're a genius.
Yeah, I am. It's a bot? A Cosmo bot? How'd you get down here?
Michelle reveals that they sneaked into his truck and followed them from New Mexico. She explains that they need his help to get into the exclusion zone so they can save her brother. Keat tries to deny having access to the exclusion zone, but Michelle reveals she knows all about his dealings. Keat warns her that venturing into the exclusion zone alone is extremely dangerous. Their conversation is cut short short when they see the elevator start moving. Keats orders Herm to take Cosmo into hiding and asks Michelle to pretend she is his sister while he faces the intruder. The robot hunter, Marshall Bradbury's drone, enters. He tells Michelle she is under arrest for aiding and abetting a robot.
I'd love to avoid any unwarranted violence.
I would as well, and so would my mute sister here, Veronica. We can assure you there are receipts for each of these unique items.
Michelle Leona Green, you're under arrest for malicious assault, grand theft auto, truancy, and abetting an enemy of the state.
Holy crap.
I want a lawyer.
You can speak?
Oh, you're gonna get a lawyer. Where's the body?
He demands that she hand over Cosmo immediately. Keat tries to distract him so that Herm can attack.
I'm shocked.
Herm shoots at Marshall's drone, but he uses Keat as a shield to block the attack. He opens fire at them in retaliation. He almost takes out Herm, but Michelle intervenes. Keat and Herm manage to trick and trap Marshall temporarily. As they attempt to flee the scene, Marshall breaks out of his restraints and opens fire at them. He tries to take out Cosmo, who happens to be trapped, but Herm jumps in and, together with Cosmo, they engage in a fight with Marshall. Michelle also reacts swiftly by slamming a bulldozer into him, which traps him under the rubble. This allows them to escape freely before the whole warehouse collapses. After escaping, Keat yells in frustration because they are now trapped in the exclusion zone and will have to survive unsuitable conditions. They realize they are now in a dangerous territory swarming with scavenger robots who power themselves with parts from robots they've killed. They run into hiding after spotting one. Following this, Keat leads the group to a secret hangar he has prepared just in case things ever go south. Michelle suggests that they head towards Tabletop Mountain to find the bespectacled doctor who will help them find her brother.
You realize your brother is a lemon-head robot, right?
He's not a robot, he's a person.
Chris is operating Cosmo. Although Chris doesn't know where he is, the only person that does is the doctor who gave him to Center.
Oh, yeah.
In the hangar is a van and a huge construction robot that also serves as a transport unit. Herm powers up and integrates with the robot.
What the hell is that?
THRM component system. I've got a body size for every job.
And Keat climbs on it. Keat is hesitant to take them with him, but Michelle manages to convince him by telling him that the bespectacled doctor might have a way out of the exclusion zone.
I've got a plan, and you've got a ride.
So let's make a deal.
Well, if you think for 1 second that Herm's gonna put you two and me in that van and carry us on his shoulder, you're out of your mind.
So Herm loads everyone into the van, carries them on his shoulder, and they set off. As they travel, Keat asks about Michelle's parents, but she shrugs him off. Keat reveals that he and Herm met during the war, and Herm saved his life when he was at the brink of death.
We're supposed to be killing each other?
We tried. The bots had my whole platoon surrounded, broke my leg in two. 10 men circled up to finish off the job. I look up, I see this big dumb construction bot peering down at me. Close my eyes, get ready to die, and instead he just lifts me up, carries me out.
You were crying like a baby.
Yeah, right. Not like a baby. You know they don't really know human emotion. It was a war cry. Yeah! Wolverines!
Please, you were sucking your thumb and begging me to save your ass.
He's correct. A few days later, Center drones found us, and I tried to tell him, hey, this guy saved my life. Herm's a good guy. Don't shoot. They opened fire anyway. Tried to kill us both, so we ran. We've been running ever since, huh?
You know, most people would think it was weird, right? A robot and a guy getting along, hanging out.
We should have each other.
So what are you gonna do if you find your brother? I mean, you know, the rest of them. What do you do then?
Whatever we want.
Keat and the group finally get to Tabletop Mountain. They scan the area and find that robots inhabit the area. On spotting them, the robots launch an aggressive attack at them. Before Herm can get them out of there, they get hit. The robots overpower them and take the group captive.
Who throws refreshment in front of him? Ladies and gentlemen, you're captured.
The robots take them into the settlement to meet their leader, Mr. Peanut. Mr. Peanut apologizes for the way they were treated, claiming that they mistook them for scavenger robots. Michelle, who is desperate for answers, asks him how they can find the bespectacled doctor. Mr. Peanut explains that the only assistance he is capable of offering is to escort them 10 miles into the exclusion zone.
The actual fact is your presence here provides legal justification for Center to wipe out everything these robots have built.
Hey, whoa!
Mr. Scissors, we don't do that anymore. Leave the man alone, please. The best I can do is escort you 10 miles into the desert and leave you on your lonesome. I mean, after chow, of course.
Frustrated, Michelle reveals that her brother is being held by Center, and only the doctor can help them. Mr. Peanut questions why Center will go to that extent to catch a single boy. He confesses that a doctor with glasses named Dr. Amherst once showed up, but he had to kick him out because he doesn't want anything breaking the treaty he signed with the government.
So you don't know any other way out of here, and the one person who did, you sent him off in the wilderness to die?
Damn right I did. I signed that peace treaty because it recognized robots as a people. I don't guess you'd know what it's like to have your very right to exist depend on a piece of paper.
Angrily, Michelle takes Cosmo and makes her way out of the settlement. Mr. Peanut warns that traveling at night in the exclusion zone is very dangerous, but she won't listen. Keat runs after her and manages to convince her to stay till the morning.
Fine. We'll get killed in the morning. Hair!
Touch my hair and I'll kill you.
Elsewhere, Ethan Skate spends time in a simulation with his deceased mother, a virtual version he built from his memories. Suddenly, the simulation starts to glitch. He is visibly frustrated, so he summons his subordinates. They report that there has been a critical flaw in the Neurocaster's algorithm because the most important element of their data network, Christopher, has escaped. They explain that even though he is physically there, he is neurologically absent.
Are you telling me that my breakthrough broke out?
There was a tiny, unsecured node in his data matrix. Barely noticeable. Over time, it allowed his consciousness to drip past our firewalls. It appears that it was constructed that way, deliberately.
It was Amherst.
But it wasn't us. No.
They warn that if the data speed keeps dropping, Center is screwed, and the company might collapse in a few days. After hearing this, Skate sends a virtual conference invite to the robot hunter Marshall. They both meet on a virtual lake.
You know me?
Who doesn't know the Butcher of Schenectady? The baddest ass on the task force. I saw your puff piece on 60 Minutes when you retired.
I didn't retire. I just ran out of bots to hunt.
The men exchange pleasantries, and Skate reveals why he requested the meeting. He wants him to hunt down Cosmo because it has something that belongs to Center, and he wants it back.
Suppose I could get your drone back online.
Why not go get him yourself? Center's got the toys.
Peace accords. Not allowed to go into the X unless there's evidence that the treaty has been broken.
So are you asking me to get the bot or to get you evidence?
Let's just see where the day takes us.
Marshall agrees, and he gets to work. Later that night, Michelle reminisces about her brother. She recalls a moment when he came back from college and almost gave up on his dream, but she reassured him, and they watch the Cosmo cartoon together. In Cosmo's body, Christopher senses her sadness and moves in to comfort her. To make her feel better, he plays her favorite cartoon. This catches the attention of the other robots, and they gather around Michelle to watch. Later that night, a postman robot named Penny arrives and delivers a message to the group. She reveals that Dr. Amherst gave her the message before he left with instructions that she should give it to Christopher whenever he shows up. The message reveals the doctor's location. They realize that to get to the doctor, they will need serious firepower because the area is infested with scavenger robots. Mr. Peanut overhears their conversation. He walks over to them and offers to help. He introduces the group to an old baseball player robot, capable of powerful hits to accompany them in their journey. Keat is not impressed with the robot and thinks it might be a liability.
We've got scabs.
Is he gonna fall asleep in the middle of combat?
Oh boy.
I feel as though that might be a liability.
That was a brush pack.
The next day, Marshall tracks them to the location and watches as the group drives away. By nighttime, they arrive at the doctor's location. Michelle surveys the area and sees a house at a distance. She guesses it might be the doctor's. Before they can make their way towards the house, the scavenger bots ambush them and launch a surprise attack. They somehow manage to get to the house, but they find no visible door. The group is stranded, and the scavenger bots close in on them.
Quick, everybody, get behind Penny.
That feels personal.
Stay calm. Stay calm. Scavs are still machines. They're rational. Open those damn doors!
These aren't real doors.
Suddenly, music begins to play, and flames ignite, scaring the scavenger bots away. Before the group can react, they fall through a secret passageway. While inside the house, they come face to face with the doctor. Cosmo hands over the letter to him.
It worked.
But Michelle charges towards him and demands the whereabouts of her brother. The doctor reveals that he is being held at Center Corporation in Seattle. He explains that after the accident, they discovered that Christopher has powerful neurological abilities that could link the Neurocaster to the mechanized drones and help them win the war.
We were losing the war. We're dying until we found him. After your accident, a center imaging machine alerted us to Christopher. He was special. He was exactly what we needed. Christopher was like a gift from God.
You held my hand, and you lied to me.
Please, you need to understand.
Don't tell me what I need. Just tell me what you did with my My brother.
In response, he orders his robot assistant, PC, to show them a clip of Christopher.
Does this bot speak with your voice?
Dr. Amherst rescued me from the scavengers. My voice module had been torn out. I recorded PC a vocabulary of over 100,000 words. He's my hard drive and friend. He knows what I know.
He explains that Christopher was comatose and nobody believed he could make it, so they had to put him to use.
Damn, it's like human scabs.
Michelle argues that they should have let him die instead of exploiting him.
Christopher would have died in that hospital. We saved his life.
That's not your choice.
So you would have pulled the plug?
If I had to.
Then you would have been as wrong as I was.
He played another clip, and this one shows the moment Christopher wakes and grabs his hand, proving that he was still alive. He reveals that he wanted Christopher free, but Ethan Skate threatened to kill him. Because of this, he secretly linked Christopher's consciousness to the outside world, hoping that he would one day find him.
I wanted him to find a family.
He already had a family.
Relax, everybody relax. Hurts more when they're relaxed.
That was unexpected.
Just at that moment, Marshall's drone locates them. He breaks into the house, but the group has disappeared, except for Mr. Peanut, who is there to hold him off to give the others enough time to escape. Outside, the group faces an onslaught of drones. A fierce battle ensues. Keats and the bots take on the drones while Michelle and Cosmo find another way out. Ethan Skate, who watches from center, orders his drones to find Cosmo by all means and attack them without holding back. Michelle and Cosmo manage to destroy the drones after them with the help of Dr. Amherst.
Yeah!
What in the hell does the United States Postal Service need that for?
It's for Dobermans.
Dobermans?
Back in the house, Marshall gets the better of Mr. Peanut and leaves him badly wounded.
You broke the treaty, Mr. Peanut. That means consequences. A lesson your 10 friends at the mall should be learning right about now.
While outside, Marshall orders them to hand over Cosmo peacefully or face his wrath. Dr. Amherst tells the girl to take Cosmo and run while he holds off Marshall. The doctor faces Marshall, but as an honorable man, Marshall has a strict code of not killing humans. Ethan Skate takes control of one of the drones and kills the doctor himself.
God damn it, Skate.
This surprises Marshall. The drones are able to grab Cosmo, and they take him away. With Cosmo now in custody, Marshall urges Michelle to go home. The following day, the group returns to Tabletop Mountain to see everything in ruins. The robots there were either slaughtered or badly injured. At Centra, Cosmo is taken to the laboratory where he sees his physical body lying in a capsule.
Welcome back, Christopher.
The scientists reconnect Christopher's consciousness to his body. As the process unfolds, Marshall confronts Skate and questions the morality of the action.
You're a murderer.
Debatable.
And you lied to me. It's not a bot.
His name is Christopher Green.
You had me hunt a boy.
Who cares? That war that you won, your impeccable kill record, that wasn't you. That was me and this boy. Our world is a tire fire floating on an ocean of piss. Christopher gives humanity the chance to leave all that suffering behind.
In my experience, suffering and life kind of go hand in hand.
Mine too. My mother was a 3-bottle-a-day drunk. When she tied one on, she was mean. When she was sober, she was worse. But in here, she's all soft hugs and stuffed peppers and peace. I want to bring that peace to every single person on Earth. It requires sacrifice to move a species forward. How did it go before? Father, Son, Holy Ghost.
There's a chance that you might not be right in the head.
Again, who cares?
Following this, Skate ignores Marshall and orders his scientists to reconnect Christopher's consciousness so the network can operate at full power. At Tabletop Mountain, Michelle grieves for her brother. Keat enters to console her after getting a haircut from one of the surviving robots as a gesture of sympathy.
You got a job interview?
Oh, no. The freaking robot guilt tripped me into... I hate it.
He urges her not to give up and find a way to get her brother back. He promises that he, Herm, and others will have her back. This lightens Michelle's mood. Michelle walks over to the moody robots. She asks PC if he knew everything the doctor knows, and he confirms. PC reveals he has the security codes to get them out of the exclusion zone and to get her into Sentry. However, PC informs her that disconnecting Christopher from the network will disable all Sentry's drones and render the Neurocasters useless.
Sentry's network runs through your brother's brain.
Michelle is torn between saving her brother and shutting Sentry down forever. After a moment of contemplation, she decides to end Sentry forever. and she rallies the robots behind her. Mr. Peanut walks in. He is a bit skeptical about the plan. He advocates for peace and refuses to engage in war. However, Michelle insists they can't achieve peace without fighting the real enemy, which is Sentry.
They beat us before.
Because they had Chris. Get me to him, and they won't.
Mr. Peanut is inspired by her determination and decides to join the cause.
Metal and meat together.
Following this, the bots get into trucks and they embark on a long journey to Seattle. Upon their arrival at Seattle, Herm, who is now integrated with his larger version, begins hurling cars at the building.
Suck on this! You think they noticed?
I don't know.
Skate is alerted to the situation, so he deploys his security drones to stop the audacious robot and suppress the attack. Michelle and PC sneak into the building. The center security drones chase after Herm and Keat, destroying Herm's larger version in the process.
Yeah, lost a big body, but I'm still bigger than you.
Unknown to the drones, it's a trap. The other robots start hurling large objects at the drones, and the ones who have been hiding quietly in the woods ambush them. A great battle ensues. Skate, seeing that they might lose the battle, is forced to activate a special battle drone. Marshall, who is also at the location, sees Mr. Peanut on the monitor and decides to go into the battlefield to meet him. After leaving Christopher unguarded, PC and Michelle sneak into Christopher's chamber and scare off the scientists. Michelle sees her brother's unconscious body lying in a capsule. PC tells her that the only way to reach Christopher's consciousness is through the Neurocaster. Meanwhile, Skate uses his massive combat drone to wipe out enemy robots. At that moment, Marshall also arrives to meet Mr. Peanut. He questions why Mr. Peanut won't give up on their quest for freedom, even if it means their life. Mr. Peanut explains that freedom is worth any cost, and he is prepared to pay the ultimate price if need be. Marshall is impressed by their will for freedom. He realizes that the robots seem more humane than Skate and his corporation. Because of this, he reveals Skate's location.
Skate's on level 4, weapons development.
Stands down and deactivates his drone. Inside the lab, Michelle puts on the Neurocaster and enters Christopher's consciousness. She finds him in their childhood home. Christopher is shocked that she was able to find him. She tries convincing him to return with her, but he refuses. He explains that he can't have a life anymore because the relationship he has with Sentra is symbiotic, and he can't survive without their technology, and they also can't survive without him.
When they took me back to the lab, I saw the real me for the first time, and you must have too. Be honest. How do I look?
He reveals that Skate plans to keep his brain alive for years.
Center can keep me alive like this for 100 years.
And the only way to end it all is for her to turn off his life support system and end his existence.
I think I need to die.
Back on the battlefield, the robots are taking heavy losses. Herm's second body is destroyed by Skate's drone. Another drone is about to kill Keat, but Herm takes several shots while saving his friend. When Keat rushes to Herm's side, he sees his friend is badly damaged.
How the hell are you still alive?
I'm alive because of you, you bastard.
Keat tries to fix him.
You're damn right.
But eventually, Herm shuts down. At the same time, Mr. Peanut locates Skate and demands that they renegotiate the treaty. Back in Christopher's consciousness, Michelle is adamant about fulfilling Christopher's wish.
We'll find another robot. You can use that.
They locked me in tight this time.
PC informs her that their friends are on the brink of extermination, and she needs to hurry up.
Maybe running out of time.
I'm working on it.
Christopher reminds her that the world needs to change, and she's the one who has to do it. She finally listens to him. She gives him one last hug and a final goodbye. She removes her Neurocaster and turns off his life support. One hand rests on his chest, while the other takes Cosmo's hand, connecting Christopher to Cosmo one last time. This immediately shuts down all Sentra's drones and Neurocasters. Skate yells out in frustration after seeing this. Keat and the robots celebrate their victory. Keat walks over to the body of his fallen friend and tells him how much he is going to miss him.
What am I supposed to do without you, huh? What am I going to do without my best friend? I love you, Herm. I mean, really, maybe more than a friend. You make me smile. You used to make me smile. Now what am I supposed to do? Just go back to being a what? Get the band back together? Those guys are all married. I got no friends now, Herm.
Surprisingly, Herm's head compartment opens, revealing yet another smaller Herm.
Hey, Beefcake, you miss me?
What is this?
Oh, it's the 8-inch model for detail work.
Detail? I've never seen this.
I've never seen your 8-inch model, and I imagine I'm being generous. I didn't catch everything you were saying out here. Would you mind repeating some of it?
I said we won.
That's not what I heard. I heard I love you. I heard more than a friend.
Keat picks him up, and they rush to see Michelle. All over the world, Sentra's devices ceased working. After the video of Skate experimenting on Christopher leaked, he was arrested and imprisoned. Journalists all over the world condemned Ethan's action and praised praised Michelle for exposing him. Later, Michelle records a message for the world. She addresses their confusion and explains how Skate's action not only affected robots, but also humans. She urges the people to join her in building a new world where people will support one another and spend more time together. Keat praises her speech and embraces her. Meanwhile, Cosmo's body is thrown into a junkyard. He awakens, and we see his reflection in a puddle, hinting that Christopher's consciousness still lives on.